waiting to listen to you, Sam. So please enlighten us with your experience so that we all want to really achieve all the higher ranks in Enagic. Thank you, Sam.
Okay. Thank you. Namaste, everybody. Thank you.
Namaste,
thank you to
namaste, Sam sir.
Okay. Thank you for having me, for inviting me to be here. It is actually my privilege to be on your in this meeting of yours. I'm very honored to be here. I decided that perhaps rather than just sharing my journey from 1A to where I am now, 687-6, perhaps I should go back to before I started my journey. Do you think that would be good? Because I know there are many of you who are very new here, right? And it will be useful. I believe it will be very helpful. Okay, would that be okay?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Shravan, just to Shravan, there's for those people who are coming in on the in the waiting room, you want to vet them before you allow them in, is it? Or you want to just?
I will take care of the allowing those people, sir.
Fine. Or you can actually set it by default to say let everybody in without having to. Okay. Yes. Anyway, I'll leave it to you.
I'll take care of that one, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Good. So yes. Okay. Let me begin. By telling you where I was before I joined the Enagic business. I was trained as a. By the way, I'm 60 years old today. Not today. In end of the year in November, I'll be 60 years. And I started as a chartered accountant. Okay. In fact I just went to school. All I wanted to do is just get my certification. That's it, certification. And when I became a chartered accountant, I was like, oh, good. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, and I went to work for my family business. My family, my father was a very successful businessman. In fact, we come from a small town, it's a small town. It's a small town of less than 100,000 people. It's a place called Segamat. It's about 3 hours drive from Kuala Lumpur. It's like halfway between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, you know. So I did that, and I was an accountant, and after that I became a stockbroker. All right, and while being a stockbroker, after that I became a futures trader, and I was very much an introvert. You know, I was very shy. I hated to deal with people. You know, to me, people was like problematic. I didn't want to deal with people, so I was like hiding away, doing my accounting stuff and doing my trading. And when I was a futures trader, right? A futures trader is somebody who trade the market. You know, buy shares and sell shares, or buy the index. And it's just between me and the computer, and it's how nice, you know. I didn't have to deal with people, because people were giving me challenges, you know. Because I didn't consider myself to be a people person. I hated people who were like, in fact, I was very jealous of people who were good talkers, who are very good in selling. To me, it's like I felt very small compared to them. So I was happy to be hiding away from people, and I was like dealing between myself and my computer, because this is all trading is all about. So that is me. All right. And like I said, I come from my family. My father was successful. In fact, let me tell you this. My father was so successful that there is a road named after him in my hometown. All right. So I can actually tell people, I can say, you know, if people were to ask me that, well, you think that this road belongs to you or belongs to your father? Then, no, there's a Chinese expression, you know, when you get into argument with people, right? Let's say, you know, when you're a bit let's say if you encounter a an argument with somebody, maybe a road, what do you call, a traffic disagreement. People will come down and they can say to you, "What, do you think this road belongs to your father?" And I could say, "Yes, it's named after my father." Right? Yeah. So anyway, so when I was doing my trading, initially I was making lots of money, but I was getting a bit arrogant. And trading is all about self-management, psychology, self-management, managing your risk. And I'm a human being with a big ego, so I lost my money in the stock market. And then I realized, then I started, well, during that time, right, I started getting involved in personal development. And this journey of personal development, over a course of from age 37, at the age of 37 was I only introduced to personal development. I attended a seminar, and that really opened my mind up, and I was introduced to books to read. I started reading, very hungry for reading, I have to say, at the age in my mid-30s, right, I was a very slow reader. People, I could take 6 months to finish one book. But every time I read a book, right, I find that when you read a book, when you discover something new, it's like, wow, I didn't know that, because see, I was a very negative person, right? Everything to me I wasn't able to do. Okay, in fact, even today, I think most of us, even myself, I still have a lot of negative thoughts in my head. I have negative thoughts. I got negative emotions, but can you imagine if I didn't open myself to personal development back when I was age 37? I don't think I'll be in Enagic. I attended a course called Landmark Forum. That's much later. But I want to talk about. Let me talk about all this personal development journey. I think it is very important. Has anyone here attended? There's a personal development course called Landmark Forum. I believe they have it in Hyderabad, in all the major cities in India.
Yes.
Anyone here has attended?
We have attended long back. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's there in Hyderabad also, Sam.
Who has attended personally? Who here has attended?
I'm not attended.
Raju?
Yes.
Only one. Raju? Only one person. Right. Things like this are so important, because it's sort of, those development courses, right, really made me as a person and gave me a lot of possibility. I have to say here right now, if I didn't attend those personal development, the first one was called Money and You, which is in Malaysia, not in India. Maybe I should get those guys I should talk to them to introduce it to India, because India is a big market. And Money and You is, there's this program called Money and You. Money and You, me, you, right? Because it gave me such, and that is a course where I really learned. Now let me ask all of you. I'd like to sort of prompt you again, so that you get some value out of today. How can you be successful? Can anyone type in there? How can one be successful? Just type in your answers.
We'll ask
I need some participation.
Yeah. We'll ask everyone to type in chat box, Sam.
Okay. How can you be successful? Or how can you be financially? Let's talk about be more financially successful. Because I'm going to give you an answer here. Because when I was at the age of 37 years old, I didn't know how to be successful. I didn't know how to be financially successful. Okay, smart work hard, yes. Okay, of course you have to work hard. You have to be consistent. Changing attitude, yes. But the answer I'm going to give to you, right, it's not here yet. It is so fundamental And I invite everybody to participate. Put in your answers, all right? Because positive, yes, you need to work smart. You need to have positive attitude. You need to have team. Yes, absolutely. All right. But there's something missing. There's something missing. In fact, just by me sharing this, right? That is all. That is the biggest thing. Once you get this, compassion, yes, invest in learning. You need all that. Okay.
Passionate.
But there's one thing here which is so important. Okay.
Most
Yes, you want to be passionate. You want to be successful. Yes, that's called the desire for success. Yes. All right. All this, yes, but something is missing. Something is missing. Once I share with you, right? Of course, you need to have a goal. Once you really get it, burning desire is so important. Yes, but the answer is not there. Okay. Visualization success, yes. Okay. Burning desire, yes. Trust with self, yes. All these are true, but something is missing. Something is missing. All right. And
winning attitude.
Of course, you need all those winning attitude. Something it is this. Okay. Any business, I'm talking about businesses. When you do a business, any businesses, right? And we are all in the business of Enagic. So we are in a business. The key is this: you must add value to your customers. You must always add value to your customers. Your product or your service must be adding value to your customers. All right. Any business, I'm going to write this here. I'm going to put it in big cap. Any business must add value to their customers. And that's how any businesses become successful. Look at Enagic. Look at the Canadian distributors. Look at Apple Computer. Look at Amazon. Look at Google. Look at Facebook. They're all adding value to the customers. Anything at all. If your product or your service doesn't add value to people, or another way of saying is providing a solution to their problems to make life easier, nothing is going to work. So adding value, add value is so important. And I learned this very late in life. Well, not too late, because if you look back, I'm at 60 years old. At the age of 37, I was probably considered young then. All right. But once you really get it, if you don't get this adding value, maybe some of you're aware, but you don't have the clarity that you must add value to your customers. So now, so when I was an accountant, when I was a trader, I hated selling. I didn't like selling at all. But after attending all these courses, right, I realized that no one can be an island, because when I was a trader, it's me and my computer screen. I was like, me and the computer screen. I don't have to deal with people. But that's not what life is. Life is, we are all here on a journey. So you have to interact with people. God put us on this planet to be not to live alone. No one can be an island. We have to be in association. We have to interact with people, your family members, your colleagues, your people in the world, out there, your customers. All right. And so like, as I was saying, right, my family is quite well off. All right. In fact, I didn't have to do Kangen. I didn't have to do anything. All right. I could just live on my family inheritance. But I needed to do something. I mean, it is meaningless to don't do anything at all. Okay. So that's why I became a stockbroker. Then after that, I started my second-hand car business, because I needed to provide for myself and my family. But I do not want to be relying on my family wealth. I wanted to be a success on my own, because I remember, right, in my hometown, people only see me as my father's son. I'm not Sam Sia. I'm the son of my Xia He Yang, that's my father's name. So to me, it's like there's no fulfillment. So I needed to be successful on my own. Okay, so I started selling. Maybe I should say it this way. I started life very late. I started life at the age of 45. All right. So yeah, I started life at the age of 45. And by the way, you know, any of us can start life in any moment in time. We can start life at the age of 60. At the age of 70, it's never too late. Okay. So that's my a little bit of my background. And so when I was in the car business, I did it for about 3 years. And tell you what, the car business was tough, real tough. I have to put in a lot of work. I got to put in a lot of money. I work 7 days a week. I worked right till very late at night, you know, and I have the bills to pay, the overheads, the rent to pay, and really I work like a dog. I work like a dog, and so my wife and I were looking for another business to do. So we considered getting into the restaurant business. So before I got into the restaurant business, what I did was I did a bit of survey. I went to the shopping center. I'll be looking. There are about 50 restaurants in the shopping center. And after just spending one day in the shopping center, I came to one conclusion. If you want to do a restaurant, right, that is proof already in the shopping center. Go there and have a look. All right. Some restaurants are empty. Some restaurants are full throughout the day. Which are the restaurants which are full? KFC, McDonald's, those franchise businesses. All the other restaurants, they were nowhere near those restaurants. So my conclusion was, oh, forget about doing the restaurant business unless you buy into a franchise business like McDonald's or KFC. It's proven. Just go out and check it out yourself. Unless you're running a restaurant from hand-me-downs from your father or your grandfather where the food is tasty. But you know, I've had so many friends who've started their own restaurant before and they are no longer around. Okay. Anyway, so that was, so I was still looking for a business to do. But one day, my sister-in-law introduced me and Cora to this product. And we saw the product, we were very amazed with it. And that product was done on a direct selling basis. And that was how I was introduced into the direct selling business. That was back in 2007, which is 13 years ago. And that was my first taste of direct selling. And I did it, and I became successful in a very short period of time. In fact, in my first year, I made about $50,000 US in my first year income, and to me it was, wow, that's amazing. You know, with someone with no experience, no direct selling experience at all, I got involved into this direct selling business. In my first year, I made $50,000 US. How much is that in Indian rupee?
35 lakhs.
35 lakhs in my first year. All right. And so that's my first taste of direct selling. And I love it. But I didn't last long in this company because I didn't have the expertise to do it. I lacked the experience. And after 2 years, I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to do it. I just left. But my experience of direct selling, right? I've tasted it. Don't ever, after tasting direct selling, success in direct selling, right, I never ever wanted to go back to a conventional business. It just doesn't make sense. Now I'm going to see whether I can share my screen here. All right. Okay, one second. Content. I can't seem to be sharing it. No,
You can do the sharing, sir.
Yeah, I can't seem to be able to. I don't know why. Let me see.
There should be shared screen in the menu.
Wait 1 second. Okay, for some reason I can't do it. Never mind. So okay, so anyway, let me do my level best to explain it to you. You know, to do a business, right? Doing a business is not easy. In fact, I think I shared in the last week's doing the Kenyan business is not easy. The thing is doing any business at all, any business is not easy. But doing the Kenyan business is a lot easier. Let me tell you why. Very simple. Why? You have a system. You know, if you have to look at the Enagic business, right? What we all are doing is we are just the marketing partners of this product. Maybe I can share my screen here. Okay, maybe you can see this.
Yes.
I've written there in the middle, any business, right, must have these 4 components. Okay, you need to have the production, you need to have the capital to do the business, and number 3, wait, number 3, wait, I would say is wait, hang on. One second. Number 1, you need to have the production. Can you see this?
Yeah,
Yes.
able to see.
You need to put in the capital. You need to have your admin department, your accounts department, and your warehousing department. And number 4, you need to do your sales and marketing. Any business will have all this. Okay. Now, the first 3 items, number 1, number 2, and number 3, which is the production, the capital, and the accounts, admins, and logistics, that is provided by Enagic. Enagic is supplying all of that. And we, the distributor, right, we all doing just this. The Enagic distributor, right, just have to do one, selling and marketing. And can you imagine when I was in the car business, right? I was doing everything, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was juggling, and it was so stressful. And now with Enagic, all we do is just sell the product and introduce this product to other agents. It's like, it's so simple. It is so simple. How many of you like the Enagic business from show of hands? How many of you like the Enagic business from show of hands? Right.
Right in chat box, Sam.
Yes. Okay. Right. So, all right. I see that many of you are hiding behind your camera. You don't know how to show your face. I'd like you to. I'm inviting you. Right. It should be on camera, because when you're on camera, right, it means you're present. You're present there. You're not checking your phones. You're not checking your phones. You're not checking your WhatsApp messages or your Facebook. And you're more present with me. And you know, when you're present with me, and
Open చేసేయండి.
you've decided to be here. So you must well make the best of our time here. Treat me as though I'm in front of you. All right. And because I have a lot to share with you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you for showing up. All right. Hi, Siddharth.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing I want to share with you is this. You know, so before the Kangen business, I guess, as I was saying, I was looking for a business to do. Do you know there are so many people out there who was looking for a business to do, like I was, and you too as well, and there are many other people like you. There are people out there looking for a business to do, not an easy business, but a business which is fulfilling, which can add value to your customers, and most important thing is must be fulfilling, and it must be financially rewarding. Okay. You know, before I got into the Enagic, right? I was like I said, I was many years ago. I was very soft spoken. I was shy. I hated public speaking. Gosh, I hated public speaking. You know, having to appear on stage. I was like always having this worry and I couldn't sleep for nights. Even as a Kangen leader, only until recently, I was able to overcome the fear of public speaking, right? And so the journey as an Enagic distributor has been. It's not only about money. You know, I grow as a person. I really, I am not recognizable today compared to before Kangen. Ask my wife, Cora. Cora is there. Cora is here with us, right? And yeah, so the journey has been a huge growth for me. Apart from and it has led me to experience a whole new world, financially, spiritually, you know, mentally, emotionally. My confidence has grown as a result of this journey in Enagic. Okay. So, okay, now I can begin about my journey as a 1A, from 1A to 6A, 7-6. So so my first experience in 2007, my first direct selling company, right, which I lasted for about 2-3 years. And after that, I was only looking for a direct selling company to do. And I went through another 3 more. And all of those, they lasted for a few months. One lasted for 1 month, another one lasted for about 2 months, another one lasted for about 3 months, maybe 6 months the best, okay? And so I was always looking out for a company, for a product. In my head, there must be a product, there must be a company out there where I'm going to make it my home, my final home, okay? And in 2011, 9 years ago, because every time somebody told me, Sam, there's this opportunity, come and check it out. Oh, yes, please, please keep me informed. I want to always check out all the opportunities, because you just never know, right? This opportunity is being sent by God to me, and I don't want to miss out. I do not want to miss out. Just like Kangen. Can you imagine if somebody wanted to show Kangen to me, and I said, I kept a close mind and I didn't open my eyes to see it, I would have missed out big time. So I'm so grateful that that somebody called me up from Singapore one day and said that his sponsor was coming to Malaysia, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to listen. All right. So he came. This guy came in. His name is P.A. Chan from Mauritius. Back on the 2nd of March, 2011. So exactly 9 years, 2 months ago. Okay. Came to me. We went to a Starbucks in Kuala Lumpur. He didn't do any demo. He just opened up the laptop, showed to me, explained to me. After about 20 minutes, okay, I said, oh, this is a bit different. No demo done. There's no demo done. I said, maybe a bit different. It's beyond the water machine. Then I asked for the price. I asked for the price. He told me 4,000 US. I said, what? 4,000 US? You must be crazy. I'm not going to buy this machine. Who's going to buy this machine? Impossible. Anyway, so anyway, I thought, but the way it was presented to me, this is like a machine which can produce the miracle water from Lutz or from Mecca. If it can actually do that, it'll be good. But so I was looking for a business to do. I didn't want to say no, but even though the price was so expensive, so I decided that I will get him to speak to 2 other guys, 2 other friends of mine. So immediately I made a phone call I met him in the morning at about 10 o'clock. So straight away I called up 3 guys. He spoke to the other 3 guys. We went to another restaurant, spoke to the other 3 guys. The other 3 guys saw it. They were like, oh, okay, oh, so expensive. So expensive. So anyway, I called up Cora, I said, I got one guy who's here from overseas, got something which is amazing. Can you please make yourself available to be at home? I'll get him to come to our home that night. So, and I also called 2 other friends. So during the lunchtime, 3 guys have seen it. They didn't buy into it. It's too expensive. Dinner time, Cora and 2 other guys came. Okay. The 4th and 5th guy. So we showed, Pierre showed the first demo to me and Cora and the 2 other prospects. Only then I saw, holy heaven, this, now we are talking. It was a demo. The demo was the thing which changed everything. I saw the demo and that was it, really. And did the 4th and 5th guy buy? No, they didn't buy. They didn't buy. Okay. Anyway, so Cora, I don't know, I can't really recall. Cora, would you like to share? Would you like to share what? Can you recall the very first night? By the way, I didn't prepare Cora for this.
Okay, I'll just share what happened when Sam actually called me and said, "Be home by 6 p.m. or something like that." And I said, "What is it all about?" And when he said, "Somebody's gonna sell us something," I said, "No, I had enough. Please do not." But Sam is always open to something, and he told me, he said, "Just be home, right?" So what happened was, I came home, and this guy came, and he's from Mauritius, and he's Chinese, and he speaks French, and he speaks very funny English. So if you meet him, if you meet Pierre one day, he speaks, you can't even hardly understand what he's saying. And so what he did was, those were the days that we don't even do physical demos, right? So what he did, he showed us a video, and he did 2 physical demos. That's the oil test and the tomato test, I think. Now the oil test really opened our eyes. So it was the demo that really like, wow. Then, you know, being women around, when we see oil being able to, you know, dissolve, the first thing that comes to our mind is that we can lose weight, right? Correct? It's like I think that's the first thing a lot of women's mind. I said, wow, I think I can lose weight. So I was really excited about the product. And I remember Pierre was very smart. He left the machine for us to use for a couple of days. And he said, I've got to pick it up in a couple of days. And I was like, please don't come and pick it up. Let us use it, right? So what happened was, after that, we started using the water. And Sam was not even, actually didn't want to buy it, even though he was so excited. He's more interested in the business part. I was more interested in the product, right? So, and when I said, hey, let's buy, he said, wait. Why he waited? Because we need to do research. We did our own research. We did a lot of research of what the machine is. He did research on money, the business aspect of it. I did research on what this machine is all about, what it can do for us. So at the end of the day, I guess the money part is him. So we bought the machine and we started using it. And yes, it worked wonders for us. And Prakash been asking me about my journey as a 1A to a 6A. I might as well just give a brief here, right? My journey, sorry, Sam, I take over your 1A.
Oh, you can take over the entire session.
Women power. So as far as I was concerned, my 1A up to my 6A is very dependent, working together closely with my husband. Meaning in our journey in Kangen, I believe being a unit together as a couple is very, very important. Why is it important? Is because when you support your husband, or for ladies, get your husband to support you. Because when you work as a team or you work together, there's a lot of understanding between each other. You know,
and there's also a lot of disagreements.
Yes, definitely. I do not agree 100% with Sam, and very sure Sam will not agree with everything that I say as well. But it doesn't matter, because that's not important. Most important is the support for each other. And I always remember one thing, as a woman, we have to support our husband, especially I have to support Sam. Even if it's right or wrong, sometimes we have to support our husbands. But most of the time, I have to admit he's been right most of the time. Maybe a couple of times wrong, but most of the time he's been pretty right. He's got very, very good judgment, right? And so support, the support, as I say, as a unit. So we grew together, right? We grew together. Everywhere he went, I was there. When we traveled together. Sam was always doing the talking. He wasn't the best talker at that time. Now he's perfect, right? But I was always behind.
I'm not perfect yet.
I was always behind supporting him. Support mean, as I said, you know, when we went to UK, when we started, I think when we started India, I'm not sure whether I don't think I went there. I was worried about India. I was scared of India. But Sam brought along Meng Wei and someone else, right? And I was really excited to go there when I knew how perfect and how good India is. And I really wanted to meet you guys, right? And I really wanted to go to Hyderabad because Hyderabad was, I heard was a very nice place, beautiful place. And I'm glad I went there, met up with you guys, right? And so the rest is all history, right? Hyderabad was basically a seed, one of the seed that started was in Hyderabad. So thank you guys. So my journey again, as I said, from 1A to 6A, very dependent on together, working together. So ladies, work together with your husband or your team, right? But slowly, sure your husband or your wife will come together when they see the money. Money is one aspect of it. But when you see what you're doing, you're helping so many people in the world, right? I mean, the product works. We cannot deny that. No matter what we say, the product works, right? We are not selling a cure. We are not selling anything, but we are selling good water that people drink and it helps their body. That's all. So that's all I have to say. I'm going to pass the floor back to Mr. Sam.
Oh, thank you, Cora. I was waiting for this moment. Okay. So now, that day itself, when Pierre left the machine for us, so you see, Pierre was so desperate. Pierre was so desperate to find somebody in Malaysia. And there's one guy who's interested. So he left the machine there. Anyway, so we hooked on the machine and I took a drink of the water. I hated it. I hated the smell of the water. Because the machine, right, they didn't do the e-cleaning for a long time. And you know, the water was probably going through, there's probably a lot of calcification. And you know, when you drink the Kangen water, right, and you run it on very slow flow rate, on very high pH, like it's like drinking the 11.5. You drink it, it's like so fishy smell, such a fishy smell. I was like, how can I do a business which produce such a fishy smelling water? I was like, I wasn't so motivated with the machine, but I was motivated with the business. All right. So just as well, we discovered how to overcome the smell of the pH of the what you call the highly alkalized water. So from that moment, it's always stuck in my head. I always keep telling people, when you give water for the new people to try, always give 8.5 or 9.0. Don't give 9.5 just in case it is too fishy. And always run the water at a fast rate. Don't run it at a slow rate because it is fishy and you will cause some people not to buy the machine. Very, very, very important. Run the water at a fast speed. You don't want to have a fishy smell because some people are very sensitive. I'm very sensitive. So anyway, so okay. By the way, the first two guys who came to the house, or rather the fourth and fifth guy, one of them is a good friend of mine. He is the general manager of a water filter manufacturing plant. All right, it's a water filtration. His factory can produce 6,000 machines a month. And the other guy was a biochemist. Both, okay, so the general manager of the factories told me, Sam, this product is very different from what they are manufacturing. He's never seen anything like this. Oh, so there's a thumbs up already, okay? The other biochemist, right, said, this product is what I heard from a doctor friend. Now I know what the product is, okay? So it's like I got validation from these two guys, right? Whether they bought or not, it's not important. I just wanted to get their opinion. Anyway, these two guys, did they buy the machine? No, they didn't buy the machine because they're not businessmen. Okay, they are just employee mindset. Okay. So at least now it's like I said, let's go on this business that night itself, because I still wasn't sure until I saw the demo. So I started inviting my friends. So my first batch of friends who came, right? I think about 6 people came. I called them up. I called them up. I didn't explain to them. I never talked about it. I didn't get into the details. I say, hey guys, I want to invite you to come to my house at a certain at what time. Come early. We have some refreshments to eat. Okay. I think I invited them for dinner. I said, come over. And I told them, just come over. I didn't explain what it was. Come over. I got something to show you. I got something to show you. Something amazing to show you. They just came. They just trusted me. They came. First meeting, 6 people came. All right. Out of 6 people who came, 2 of them bought the machine. Good. Then the second batch of people came. I think I invited about another 6 or 7 people came. This was on a Saturday morning. So I told them, come for lunch. After that, I got something to show to you. So this first 2 batches, right? PA was still around. PA showed the demo. The second meeting, out of 7 people who came, 2 of them bought the machine. Wow. Confirmation already. And at that point in time, right? We were not talking about the business. We were just showing the product. We were showing the product, okay? And these people, and I still didn't know how the business worked. Okay, we were just so excited about our product. So with that first 2 batches, and then I wanted to have more people. But see, those people who bought, right? They also wanted to invite their people. So our house wasn't big enough to house their guests as well. So I decided to book a room in the hotel to run an event. Okay. So the first hotel event, which is basically our 3rd public demo, our 3rd demo, right? The 3rd demo has already gone to a hotel event. And the first hotel event, we had about 20 people who showed up. Okay. And I was like, I decided there and then, right? Because I didn't know how to do the demo. I felt that I better hire a photographer, a professional videographer to come and record the session. So this guy, his name is Andrew. He was a videographer. I called him up. I also had the intention to get him into the business, because this videographer, he was in the previous he was also in the first direct selling organization which I've joined. Okay, my idea is to get him to come and join the business as well. So, but I didn't. I hooked him by paying him to come to do the recording of the demo. And guess what? Anyway, before I get into that, in that public demo, right? In that public demo, about 20 people, I think we got about 3 sales. Out of 20 people, we get about 3 sales. All right. And after the public demo, after the video recording, Andrew, the videographer, told me, "Hey Sam, this business is workable. All right, it's workable." Now I'm going to tell you the funny thing now. Okay, that video that he shot, right, which I paid about $150 US. How much is that in rupee? $150 US is about
50,000 US dollars.
No, $50 US.
50.
No, 150 US.
Okay.
15,000 nearly.
1,05,000.
No, less than that.
15,000 nearly.
11,000 rupee. I paid 11,000 rupee for him to shoot the video. Okay. It was one of my best investment. You know why? He brought in one of my leaders. His first customer is Gary Gunn. Gary Gunn is a 6A2-5. Right. Okay. So I didn't know Gary Gunn, but Andrew, the videographer, brought in Gary Gunn. And up to today, right, I have not seen the video. I've not watched the video which I paid him to do the recording. Isn't it amazing? So yeah, I mean, that was one of my best investments for 11,000 rupees. I paid for somebody to do the videographer with the intention of watching the video, but I didn't watch it. All right. So from then on, after that, right, we did a few more demos in the hotel because my house just wasn't big enough. Okay, and within 3 months, I became a 6A.
Wow.
All right, thank you. But I was really working very hard. It's like all out massive action. And every day was all about Kangen. I drank Kangen, I ate Kangen, I slept Kangen, I shitted Kangen. Everything is all about Kangen. All out massive action. And I was like, for me, it's just on Kangen for 90 days. Okay. So were there any challenges along the way? Of course there were challenges. There were many challenges. We came across many people who say that this machine is bullshit, it's a scam, you know. I have even people telling me, you will not be able to sell this machine. Even after 1 year in the business, I met one guy who was an electrical store owner. He said he sells television sets for the same price as our machine, or less than our machine. He said, this machine, you will not be able to sell it. And not listening to someone who's in the electrical business. If I didn't believe myself, I would have perhaps I would have been affected by him. So the key here is this. Hi, Chandra. The key here is this. Don't make the mistake, especially to the people who are new, don't make the mistake of listening to people who don't know what they are talking about. All right? And the other mistake is not listening to people who really knows what they're talking about. All right? So there's one book that I'd like to recommend you all to read, which is Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. If you can write it down, I mean, let me just type in here. All right? Read the abridged version of Your First Year in Network Marketing. Okay, you got that? So, okay. So when I became a 6A, all right, and there's this, so, okay, by the way, in my first 6 months, right, sorry, in my first 2 months, I was doing the business and I was hardly drinking the Kangen water. I was like only drinking it at home. I think at best, one day I was drinking about 2 glasses. All right. And my upline, right, gave me a DVD. Those days, there's no YouTube. There was perhaps YouTube, but it wasn't so popular. So we were giving away a lot of CDs. I bought 1,000 copies of this DVD called what's the name of the DVD? Cora. Daniel Dimagali. Answers for a Thirsty World. Answers for a Thirsty World. Okay. Answers.
Yes. Answer to a thirsty world.
For a Thirsty World.
Yes.
Answers to a Thirsty World.
To a thirsty world.
Answers to a Thirsty World. By Daniel Dimagali. You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, several times we have seen his videos.
Okay, you know, that was my best training. Watching the DVD was my best training for Kangen. In fact, I was giving this DVD out to many people, but I wasn't watching it. See, there are many things that I wasn't doing. I I was selling the machine without drinking the water, and I was giving out the DVD without watching the DVD. Until one day, Cora told me, you must watch the DVD. It's so good, right? So this was like about after giving it out for 1 month. Then only did I watch the DVD, because I just couldn't bring myself to sit down, because I was so busy doing the Kang business. I couldn't bring myself to sit down and be present to watching the DVD. That's the one. Answers for Thirsty World. All right. Go to YouTube. Use this to train your new people. Ask them to watch it 100 times. In fact, when I was doing this business, right, I was, so when there's no one around, when Pierre left already, I didn't know how to do the demo. You know what I did? I invited people to my house, and I played the DVD for them to watch. But I edited it. I make it from 1.5 hours. I cut it short to about 1 hour, and I must have watched the training. I must have watched the DVD, right, when I was bringing my prospect. I must have watched it at least 100 times, and that was how I gained the belief in the product. Okay, you can use that to train your people. And who here has watched the DVD, by the way? Who has watched the DVD? Okay.
Of Daniel?
Daniel Dimagali.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
All right. How many times have you watched it, Stravan?
I have
Almost
watched-
20 times. I've learned my demo through Democratis demo, by seeing Democratis demo.
How about you,
Yes.
Raju? How many times have you watched?
Almost I've shown people, and personally I love to listen to it because it was very crystal clear, and the way he talks, the way he demonstrates is very, 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 very articulate. So not less than 30 to 40 times, I thought.
Yes.
It
Just by
probably did.
just by showing it to your prospect, you also gain the confidence and the faith.
I know that every word, what he uses every time,
Yes.
every line.
He's very engaging and very humorous. That's the best part. He made it so humorous. So when I became a 6A, right? And look, I'm not a public speaker. I'm not a public speaker. So I'm nothing like Daniel Dimagali. But you know what? After I became a 6A distributor, right? One day I was having a drink with some friends, about 3 other friends. I told them, I want to be the #1 distributor in the world. I don't know where it came out from. That word came out from my mouth. I want to be the #1 distributor in the world. I know I couldn't speak by like Daniel Dimagali, but the word just came out from my mouth. Okay, amazing. So I got the idea that I wanted to be the biggest distributor in the world one day. Okay, and I don't know, the word just came out from my mouth. And the funny thing was that really inspired me to sort of really take this business and seize it by the horn. So that's how I got Gary into the business. All right, and so I continued doing the business, and I started going to outside of Kuala Lumpur, right? Just like from Hyderabad. One guy got me. Oh no, wait. So I decided to go and support one of my team members. Who is in another town called Malacca. It's like Warrangau to Hyderabad. Okay. So I went there. We were like doing it on a was it a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis, Cora? Okay. It's like we went there almost like once every 2 weeks. You got to drive down there for 1.5 hours, because I wanted to do this business big. So I wanted to support the team there. And by the time I did the 3rd or 4th week, right, there's one guy who is about 5 levels down. He came, he saw it, and he was very serious. He requested to meet up with me. He said that, Sam, I really am interested to do the business, but I don't have the money. I don't have the money to do the business. So I told him that I can finance you, but I cannot finance fully. I'll finance 50%. I cannot give you a free machine. So he came out with half the money. I provided him with half the money. Because you see, when we were starting that time, right, when somebody is serious, right, we want people who are hungry, right? And I work out in my head. He bought the machine. All he needed to do is to sell a second machine. I would have made my money back. Now, if you are 6A distributor, right, you can relate to that. So it's so easy. It's a no-brainer. So after he was in the business for a month or two, right? After he was in the business for 1 or 2, in fact he hasn't even sold anything yet. He called me up, Sam, I got this guy who's in another country, Singapore. Okay, this guy is a leader, and he is the upline of Philip in the previous company. For me, it's like, well, you got somebody leader that you want me to speak to. I'm only too happy to go. Of course, we had to travel there, stay in Singapore, right? And I went with him. And this guy, when he came in, his name is Raymond Sun. The guy in Singapore, his name is Raymond Sun. When he came in, because he's so far away, I could only manage to earn only 1 point. Okay, at that point in time, I was happy to help my team members. That was most important. All right. And Raymond Sun, the guy who was in Singapore, a very soft-spoken, very humble guy, very well liked. He was my second 6A below me. Okay, my first 6A below me was Gary Gunn. By the way, Gary Gunn was on my 9th direct sale. I sold my 9th direct sale to the videographer. The videographer, remember? Who brought in Gary Gunn? My 9th direct sale. On my 13th direct sale was to a guy called Albert, who subsequently led to Philip, who led to Raymond. Raymond is my second 6A. At one time, Raymond was contributing more than half of my total sales. 5 levels down. I want to make this point. 5 levels down. Raymond has already sold up to today, Raymond, 50,000 machines. 50,000 machines. He is 5 levels away. So what is the moral of the story here? You want to go and support your team members who is far away. Even if you don't get anything, you don't get any point, go and support him, because he may be your Raymond Sun. It's so critical. So every machine from Raymond Sun, every machine I made 1,000, although because it's out of my 8 points, every machine I made 1,600 rupees. 1,600 rupees for every machine that Raymond Sun sold. So that was when I became okay. So that's my story up to my first 6A2, and of course the journey has been a lot of challenges, and I just want to say this: you need to support your team, all right? And you'll come across many people. In our industry, right? You come across people from all walks of life, and all different kind of temperament. Some very demanding people, some very obliging people. Whatever it is, you must love all your downlines. Okay, because now I see something big on their forehead. They have something on their forehead, right? Yeah. So always love your downlines, even sometimes they can be a pain in the butt. All right.
Okay.
One of the beautiful things about our business is this. Remember I was showing this earlier? All right, we have a system. Okay. Now the beautiful part about our business is this. We're not dealing with employees. Yeah, we don't have to motivate. We don't have to motivate our distributors, because they are all self-motivated. They are all hungry. They all have a hunger for success. Of course, the new ones come. You have to guide them. Okay, but most of our leaders, they are like, some of them are they are very new when they are. Some of them have no experience. Some of them is their first experience in network marketing. Okay, and they can become successful. Okay, because you see, in our business, especially with a system like that, okay, especially with a system like that, the system makes life so much easy. Okay, so people just have to start selling the machine, and after a while, you get people who come on their own and they become autonomous. Even if I were to, you see, you guys remember Prakash, Rama, and Jagan, when I first came to Hyderabad,
Yeah.
you guys didn't have a clue. Just like when I first was introduced to the Kangen business, I didn't have a clue on the product, but we learned, we pick it up.
Correct.
Right, we started to show the demo, we started to show the business plan, and it's so simple. I mean, you know, it's a process of duplication. All right.
It was totally new for us, actually, Sam.
Say again.
It was totally new to us. It was very strange product for us, actually. But you have
Yes,
trained,
of course.
you have trained us directly. Yeah.
So after a while, we get your team members, right? They just grew on their own. They grew organically, and you can't control it. It's just like planting a seed on the ground, right? And they just suddenly become a 100 foot tall tree from one seed. And that's what has happened to my business. All right, what has happened to your business as well, and the business of your people below you. Hi, Praveen. So really, this business, right? There's really nothing much I can share with you in my journey from 6A, from 1A to 6A, 2-2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Except that I want to say to you is this: it's all organic. Everybody says organic.
Organic.
Yes, this is an organic business, but you must have enough. You must have enough critical mass for it to be organic. You can't just okay. Okay. Let me just be very honest with you guys. I told myself that I'll do this business for 2 years when I first started. After 2 years, I said I'm going to retire. Isn't that what they always sell to us? The multi-level company. All you need to do is just do this for a certain period of time, and after that you can retire. So I told myself, because I saw my success, right? I told myself I can retire after 2 years. But after 2 years, I didn't retire. I just wanted to continue on. After 2 years, I told myself I'll give myself an extra 2 years. So after 4 years, I can retire. But I didn't. I didn't retire. I remember this was perhaps in 2014. In 2014, I was in Japan, and I was on stage with Mr. Oshiro, and I asked Mr. Oshiro. Now he asked me, Sam, what is my goals? I remember I already said that I wanted to be the biggest distributor in the world. So I told him, at that point in time, I was selling 500 machines a month in my team. All right. I told Mr. Oshiro, my goal is to have 5,000 machines a month. 5,000 machines a month. I told him that. So when I proclaimed this goal of mine, right, I was scratching my head. How the hell am I going to get 5,000 machines a month? I was scratching my head. How can I achieve that? I can't achieve that by just focusing on Malaysia. All right. So that was when I decided I have to go global. I have to venture out from Malaysia. Before that, I've already ventured out to Singapore on my own, directly, to England, to Vietnam, okay? But that was through my indirect lines, right? They were going. And I wanted to go to Singapore to do on my own. But my foray into Singapore didn't work out as well as I wanted it to. So anyway, so I had a friend. So somebody, so I saw the India market. Y'all like to hear jokes? Y'all like jokes? Let me tell you a joke. Okay, let me tell you a joke. You want to know why I went to India?
Yeah, please.
One reason why I went to India is because I couldn't go to China. Because I couldn't speak the Mandarin language.
Okay.
But I could speak the English language, and Indians understand English.
Yes. Yes.
That's why I came to India. Thank God you speak English. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to come to India. Yeah. So, so I came to India, and I only knew. I had two guys in India that I knew. One was through a friend, and one was Samir Poddar. Now, I want to ask Cora to explain how we got to know Samir Poddar. Let's hear from the horse's mouth.
Yes. Yes.
Cora, over to you. You have to unmute yourself. We can't hear you. You have to unmute.
One second. I'll just unmute. Yeah.
Samir Poddar.
Yeah.
Samir Poddar, yeah.
Okay. Am I muted already?
Yeah,
No,
we can
you
hear
are
you.
unmuted.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
unmuted.
I'm on. Okay. We got to know Samir Poddar through this other MLM, which is also considered, I think, one of our first MLMs.
Our first, in fact, our first company.
Yeah, I think it was our first. And what happened was that I was seated at the same table as Samir Poddar at a dinner. And he told me a story. He said that he was cheated by his upline. I think this happens, being cheated by an upline, I believe happens in every MLM or every company, right? Because even in Kangen, so please do not cheat your uplines or downlines, okay? So what happened was that he purchased some products and he was supposed to get something, and then he was supposed to key into the system. He's supposed to get some money. Now what happened was this guy took his money, but did not give him any products. So he was stuck with no products and he couldn't even get any money back. He asked me to help him. So I was like, how am I gonna help him, right? So what happened was, Sam happens to know the owner of the company, of this company. It's called Fusion Excel. And because Sam knows him, so Sam has introduced to him. So I told Samir, I said, I can only help you by taking you to the boss and you explain to him what happened, right? So I took him to see this guy, and this guy, very, very smart. As soon as Samir told him what has happened, instead of blowing up a problem, being a big boss, he's very, very smart. He just told Samir, here's all your product. And he gave Samir back all his products. And he even gave Samir the piece of paper where he can key in and make money. Samir was very, very happy. At that time, if he can remember, he asked me whether he could join me. And I told him, no, don't join me. I said, maybe one day, we can work together. Maybe one day. And all this while, what has happened is that Samir has kept in touch with me. Each time he comes to Malaysia with his other friends, he'll always contact me, say hello. So we kept in touch. And I think Samir at that point in time was also jumping from one company to another, right? Everybody was trying to find the best company. And thank God he's found the best company, of which all of us are in. And that's the reason why we're all here. So it was through this seed, as I always mention to people. As I said, I told Samir, don't join me, but we'll work together one day, right? So it actually happened because we do not need to be greedy. And all you need to do is help people without expecting anything in return. See, when I helped Samir, I didn't think that, oh, Samir is going to do something for me, or Samir is going to give me something, right? None of these thoughts comes to me. What I needed to do was just help someone. And I did that. So if we do something for people with no expectation, sometimes good things come back to us. So with that, keeping in touch with Samir and all. So eventually, when Sam wanted to go to India, so he was already there, and I said, go and see Samir. Because I think he was also there to see some other people, and said, go and see Samir, right? And so that was all it happened. It was just one little seed. So all you guys need is one seed. And if this seed grows, it can become very big. So I have to thank Samir for eventually getting in touch with everyone and making India so good and so big. Thank you, Samir.
And I want to thank Cora. I want to thank Cora because without Cora, I wouldn't have found Samir. So let's give Cora a big hand.
Thank you.
Yeah, so with Samir Samir came to our house. In fact, I think Samir has been to our house at least twice on 2 occasions. So there was some rapport built already. There was a relationship established. We are not doing any business together, but we just for the sake of just acquaintanceship. We are just I mean, we're just being nice to each other. Okay, there was no expectation that one day we'll do business together, right? So because I never imagined that I'll be going to India until after I started Enagic. And I have to say this: when I was in Enagic and I was looking at going to any other country, right? There's a lot of trepidation because you're going to another country. It involves a lot of costs, a lot of risk. I've never been to India. I didn't know how safe it was. Okay, so but I went to India. So when I went to India, did I expect it to be successful? No. In fact, when I first started the Kangen business, did I have any inkling that I'll be highly successful in this business? No, I didn't. But it was just a vehicle that I wanted to just try it out and see whether it works. And it worked. And when I decided to go to India, I told myself, okay, going to India, like doing any business, we have to set out a budget, a game plan, and just in case it doesn't turn out, we have to cut our losses short. Okay, so my game plan was, I told myself and Mingwei that, okay, our game plan is this: we go to India, it takes money for the flight, for the hotels, for the event halls. I told myself we give ourselves 6 months. If after 6 months we don't have any results, I'm going to just pack it up and just cut our losses short. So after 6 months in India, we were like going there once every 6 to 7 weeks. After 6 months, we did about sales of less than 50 machines. After 6 months, right? Did about 50 to 60 machines. That wasn't very exciting. It's like, because we travel there, come back, stay in a hotel. But I decided to extend an additional 2 months, right? Extend an additional 2 months. And finally, I got into India in December 2014. In August 2015, a gentleman by the name of Dr. Pavan came to attend my Essential Kangen workshop in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, in July or August. Okay, he attended it. He got the clarity. He went back. One day in early September, I got a call from Dr. Pawan. He called me, Sam, please come to Hyderabad. Hyderabad, I've never been to Hyderabad. So he called me several times. And when you get invited to go to India, right? Someone is begging you to come. That means it's good news. It's good news, right? So when we got to Hyderabad, Dr. Pawan and with Prakash packed in 150 people into the room over 2 days. And we also did an Essential Kangen workshop there. This is where I keep saying, Hyderabad is where it exploded. The catalyst was in Hyderabad. I keep saying up to today, right? Hyderabad was the flashpoint of India, which started India on the Big Bang. So thank you so much to you guys from Hyderabad. All right. So the same thing is going to happen. The same thing is going to happen when you go to other parts of India, right? You'll find that certain part, right? You're starting a fire, but the fire didn't get lit, right? It will happen with certain people. So you have to keep on lighting the fire, keep on lighting the fire, and then suddenly the fire just spark, boom. Then that's where all the magic happens. Okay, it's going to be somewhere, perhaps somewhere along down your line, or it could be somewhere a new line. It could be a new line, or it could be somewhere deep along your line. Somehow, these are what I call catalysts. I'm going to type in there, catalyst. Catalyst. What we are looking for are catalysts. You know, a catalyst is something where it starts everything, it fires out everything. And you know, there's something I learned from Daniel Dimakali, right? Okay. I really like this line. That I'm going to write it down here. So your mission in Enagic, your mission in Enagic is to look for people for whom the Enagic business is built for. Your mission in Enagic is to look for people for whom the Enagic business is built for, right? People like for me, people like for yourself, okay? I want to share something here. I want to share something here, which is so important. You know, during my journey, right, there were times when I was stuck. I was like, why can't I find the people? Why can't I find the people who are like me? Why are there so few people like me? It's like, why is it so hard to find them? Let me just share my screen. Wait, I want to share my screen here. Whether I can share my screen here. Okay. Sravan?
Yes, yes.
Sravan?
Yeah.
Can you take this picture and is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear, sir.
Okay, can you take I want you to take a screenshot. I want you to take a screenshot of this, and then I want you to share it on the screen.
Yeah.
Take another one.
I have to just a second. Give me a minute. I'll just paste on this one.
Yeah, then you create a share. So that is one day I was in my office. I was like, what's happening here? Why can't I find the people who? Why can't I find people like myself in this business? It's so hard to find them. Then I got an idea, and I wrote down my idea on the flip chart, which is here, which I want Sravan to share it here for people to really understand about this business, about the catalyst, right? The thing is this, if you and I can see the power of the Kangen business, right? There must be also others who can see it, right? But many of the people that we share Kangen with, right? They do not see it. They don't see it. Then it occurred to me that only 5% of the people in this world are successful. Only 5% of the people in this world are successful. So you can only expect less than 5% to also see what we can see, right? And if I'm not getting the results, if you're not getting the results, it is because you're not talking to enough people. As simple as that. And you have to talk to enough people to hit the 5% who can see it.
Right.
That is the truth. And to me, it's like, wow. I decided to write this down. My thought, I decided to write it down on the flip chart. And this is when I, okay, Shravan is not coming out yet.
This I'm sharing it. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
It
Sure.
is shared. It is showing up.
Yeah, it is showing up, but not so clear.
It is. We are able to read it out.
Okay, never mind. Shravan, I think I have, okay. If I can see, okay, if you can see the power of the candid business, right, there must be also others who can see it. So many whom we share with, right, they do not see it. They don't see it because they don't see it. Now, only 5% of the people in this world are successful. So you can only expect less than 5% to also see it, as you belong to the 5%. If I'm not getting the results, it is because I'm not talking to enough people to hit the 5% of people. Okay? You can stop sharing it now. Okay? So it is as simple as that. You have to talk to enough people, right? Just like the success mantra, SD501. Show demo to 501 people. You have to do that. If not, you are missing out on the 5% of the people. Okay? Now, I've been talking for how long already? For 1.5 hours.
Yeah, please, Sam, be comfortable, because this is the opportunity when we don't know when we are going to get it again. So please go ahead, Sam. We are all eager to listen to you.
So as I was saying, right? So you have to talk to enough people. You have to support your team deep enough. Okay, very important. You know, there's one lady. Her name is Nolly. Nolly is 12 levels. Nolly, okay, listen to this. Nolly is 12 levels away from me. 12 levels of 6A. Nolly is my 12 level. So there are 12 levels of 6As. All 6A, 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 6A. The number 12, 6A is Nolly. Nolly at one time was giving me 500 machines every month. 12 levels away. How deep is that? So you have to support the team very deep. Even though he didn't give you a single point, you have to go deep and support them. What if you don't support them? Then they won't grow. All right. And the thing about this is that okay, one of the things that I would like to share, which is very important. Okay, a lot of people, right? They take the stance that they only want to support their team. They don't have to look for new people anymore, right? For me, I started in 2011. In 2015, in my 5th year, I went to open up India, my 5th year. It's like looking for new people. My 5th year, I went to India. By the way, I also want to share this. When I went to India, right, I asked my entire team from Malaysia, come, let's go to India with me. I will support you. No one came with me. So I went by myself. So you have to take personal responsibility. You cannot rely on your team members alone. You have to take personal responsibility for your own growth. Of course, if you have your team if you can support your team and your team can also support you to go and open a new market, all the better. But if your team is not willing to go, right, you don't give up. It's up to you. So in my 5th year, I went to open up India. In my 6th year, I went to open up Dubai. All right. So, and you know what? Now India was my new line. India was like my number 4 line. But India is now giving me more than 50% of my total sales, one market alone. So if I didn't go to India, my sales would be cut by half. So again, this market of ours, this product of ours, the market is is global. You can still go to all the new countries, but of course, India itself is already so big. You know, India, there's still a lot of upside in India. And I've not been to all of India yet. So I've never been to Kerala. Anyone from Kerala here in this meeting?
Kerala, no, Sam.
I see. I've not been to Orissa.
I've been to Kerala.
No, we are starting there also, Sam.
I see. Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, you must have a goal. You must have a. Oh, you know, I like this quote by Richard Branson. Richard Branson says, if your goal doesn't scare you, your goals are too small. If your goals don't scare you, you are playing too small a game. So like, which is true. We are all limited by our own beliefs. We are all limited by our own beliefs. So I for myself, right, I have this. So my goal now is not 5,000 machine a month. My goal, I told Mr. Oshiro back in 2013, I told him that my goal was to do 5,000 machine a month. 2 years ago, I told him my goal is to do 10,000 machine a month. Now I've just upped my goal. So yeah, and of course, how do I achieve that? I can only achieve that by supporting my team members and also by looking for new growth myself, because you just cannot rely on your own people. If you want to make your dreams come true, you yourself, you have to pursue it. You know. Anything else to add, Cora? And this journey of ours, we are always on continuous growth. You know, we always, you know, I just heard I want to introduce you to this guy. All right. Oh, I didn't send this off. Okay, now I'll just send this. So earlier I was sharing I learned from Daniel Dimakali. Your mission in Enagic is to look for people for whom the Enagic business is built for, that, like yourself. Okay. And if we can see the power of the Enagic business, there must also be others like us, right? If we cannot find them yet, it is only because we have not spoken to enough people. You know, that screenshot that you took, Sravan, that day, right? I sent this message out about 6 months ago. And I remember getting from 2 or 3 guys. They said that they were moved by that. They were moved by that, and they got inspired. In fact, one guy just told me about 1 week ago. He said that he already gave up the business until then when he saw that screenshot I just took and shared with you. Then only did he got re-inspired and started moving again. So the other thing about, oh yeah, I was going to share with you one guy. This guy is a billionaire, Ray Dalio. Okay, you can find him on he's a billionaire, and go and find him on YouTube. There's a lot of things to learn from him. You know, he's got a book called The Principles, but I just saw a 30-minute explanation, animated explanation created by him. It's something that basically the principle he's sharing is that all of us, you know, we have to do something for ourselves, and there are principles behind for everybody to achieve success, and never stop learning. The thing is, never stop learning. Oh, by the way, I'd like to share something with you guys. How many of you here meditate? Do any of you meditate? Any of you meditate?
We do.
You don't? Ah, you don't meditate. You know, I've been wanting to meditate for the last 20 years. In fact, I went to attend a 12-day Vipassana course, Vipassana meditation course by S.N. Goenka. Are you familiar with that? Anyone has attended the 12-day Vipassana meditation? I went there. I did it 2 years in a row. 12 days, year 2, 12 days. But I just never could bring myself to practice it because it was so difficult, right? And then lately, right, I was introduced to this book and I watched this video on YouTube and also inspired by him that I decided to buy the book and read it. And after reading the book, I understand his form of meditation, his type of meditation. Now, his form of meditation is very simple. I'll just briefly explain it. I feel that perhaps some of you may benefit from my explanation. He's saying that all of us, right? All of us, we are all set in our own ways because of our programming. I'm already 60 years old. So I've gone through 60 years of programming, 60 years of negative programming. Most of our thoughts are negative anyway. So can you imagine the negative programming, which is in my mind, which is already in my body, right? It's a memorized feelings. So he's saying that this guy, his name is Joe Dispenza. He's saying that if you have this programming in your head that you are limited, we have a lot of limitations within ourselves. How can you overcome it? It's not easy. It's not easy to overcome it. It's just like the garden. You have a garden, right? If you see the garden overtaken by weeds, the garden is not going to be a nice garden. Same thing with our mind garden. Our mind garden has got a lot of mental weeds. All right. So this meditation that Joe Dispenza was talking about is talking about going in there to take out all the weeds and putting in good fertilizer for good thoughts, and which is what I've been doing I've been doing this for the last 30 days. I've been meditating for the last 30 days. Hang on. I've been meditating for the last 40 days non-stop. I've been meditating for the last 40 days non-stop. And really it has I can't believe that I've meditated for the last 40 days non-stop. In fact, today I've not done my meditation yet today. So I'm gonna get it done later on after this. I highly suggest to everybody to read this book called would you like to know the book? Okay. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza. So this meditation is like every day. By the way, the meditation goes on for 75 minutes. Every day, 75 minutes. Go in there. Can you imagine, guys? Every day you get an opportunity. You get an opportunity to go in to remove all the weeds from your mind. Every single day. When was the last time you did that? Or has any of you ever went to get the weeds out from your mind garden? Have you done that, Cora? Have you ever? No. Yeah. Have you ever done that, Shravan?
No.
Exactly. You see, I've never done that in my life before. Can you imagine what that can do for you? Going into your head every day. Take out all the weeds. Pow, 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 pow. Do you think it can be a more powerful Kangen disputer as a result of this?
Obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So this is an opportunity for you. It's like giving you an access for you to develop power. Like Cora, if you can get Michelle, right? You can get Michelle to read the book. And for those of you who are scared of going to speak in public, Go in there and remove the weeds from your head to say that, hey, I cannot speak in public, I cannot speak in public. And no, go in there, remove the weeds. You know, reprogram yourself from telling yourself that I cannot speak in public to I can speak in public. I've got something to contribute. You know, I have something of value to contribute to the world, and yeah, and you know, it's so powerful. And Cora don't have any objection to me doing my 1 hour meditation every day.
So you are talking about self-affirmations.
No.
It is not self-affirmation. You have to read the book to understand. What he's saying is this. He said you can do self-affirmation, but then you see when you see many of us, not all, I would say most of us, when we have self-affirmation, right, this is what we say to ourselves, which is our conscious mind. But in our subconscious mind, right, we have this memorized body feelings in our body saying that I can't do it. I can't do it. Your subconscious says I can't do it, but your conscious mind says you can do it. So it's a fight between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So if who is more powerful, your subconscious mind or your conscious mind?
Subconscious.
Exactly. So meditation. This is a guided meditation, by the way. This guided meditation for you to get into your subconscious, to meditate with your subconscious, to pull out the memorized feelings and memorized thoughts. And after that, you install new beliefs. So that is really what the meditation is. But so there are many types of meditation. This particular meditation in this book is basically showing you a reading from the mind, and this is one of the best things that I've ever experienced. By the way, this is the first time I've been able to meditate after 60 years of living in this life of mine. Yeah. So what else is there to share? Really, life is, I just want to share that life is a journey, and it's up to us to make it the best journey that we can. All right. We always have a choice. And of course, if we don't manage our mental garden here, we have to be on the right track, you know. Yeah. Perhaps I would like to open the floor to some questions.
Yeah. Mr. Sam?
Yes.
I just want to ask you that what is your, I mean, I want in a one line that what is your success? I mean, behind the success, what is that?
Behind success.
You're a most successful person and your example and role model for many of us. I just want to listen from you. What was that one thing which you want to tell us? That what was that main motivating thing and behind your success?
Okay, yeah, I'm looking for the picture. I've got a picture here, perhaps which will paint 1,000 words. Where is it? Calling it up now. Coming up. There's this. There's two. If there's two quotes I would like to share, it is this.
జగన్ గారు మీకు పోటీ వస్తున్నారు.
ఆయన నీ కోట్స్ కి అన్నారు. ఆయన కూడా కోట్స్ చూస్తున్నారు కదా. అంటే కోట్స్ చాలా చిన్న వర్డ్స్ లో చాలా మెసేజ్ ఇచ్చేస్తాయి అది.
Why is here it is. I'm guided by these two quotes. I'm going to share with you. Okay.
If it is a picture, you can send it by WhatsApp. I can share.
I will also send to you, right? It is this first one.
Mistakes make you. Okay.
I don't make, you don't make mistakes. Mistakes make you. Okay.
Yes. So it is the mistakes. It is the mistakes which makes me successful. You know, many of us, we fear making mistakes. Because of our fear of making mistakes, we don't admit, we have this fear of failure. All right, we have this fear of taking rejections from your customer. But when you can understand that just like, you know, when you learn how to walk, you walk, you fail. You have to fail, and then you become better, right? So it is in your mistakes that you learn, that you get up over and over again. I got that from this movie that I watched. Okay, the movie is I'm gonna type the name of the movie. I cried. This was about 3-4 years ago. When I saw the movie, I cried, and it was tears of joy. The name of the movie is what's the name of the movie now? It's here. The name of the is a movie with Shirley MacLaine. Shirley MacLaine. Any of you have heard of this actress by the name of Shirley MacLaine? She started acting when she was 6 years old. The name of the movie is let me check the name of the movie. Let me just call up. I'm going to Google it. Shirley MacLaine. Any of you have watched a movie and cried before? Anyone? Yeah. So when a movie can make you cry, right? I mean, that then is a good movie. The Last Word. The movie is called The Last Word. The Last Word is the name of the movie. So this let me just tell you a bit about. Would you all be interested if I would tell you a bit about this movie? Okay. Now this movie, right? Shirley MacLaine is the main actress, and she plays this character of this very successful woman who was approaching the end of her life. So this movie is actually a comedy, right? So she decided to, and she don't have many friends. She don't have many friends because she really pisses off a lot of people, and she was like, she wanted somebody to write a nice obituary for her when she died. So she engaged this journalist to talk to all her friends, to ask them to say nice things about her. So this journalist who went to approach all her contacts, all her business contacts, associates, no one had any nice thing to talk about her. And no one had any nice things to talk about her. Anyway, so but because this journalist was with her all the time, and this Shirley MacLaine, right, noticed that this young girl was working in the newspaper as an obituary writer. So how bad can it be? So this Shirley MacLaine told this girl that don't be scared, you know, because this girl had wanted to be a successful writer, but because of many failures, she had given up all her dreams and stuck with being just an obituary writer. Obituary writer is someone who writes about, you know, death messages, okay, about dead people. So one day, Shirley MacLaine sat down with her and shared with the young journalist these words. This words is from that movie, word for word, verbatim. I will send it to you guys.
Exactly.
Right?
When you fail.
I'll send it to you guys. Fail, mistakes make you. It's not you who make mistakes. It is the mistakes who make you as a person. Mistakes makes you smarter. They make you stronger. They make you self-reliant. Fall on your face. Fail spectacularly. Because when you fail, you live. If you don't fail, you don't live. See, a lot of us, myself included, when I never fail, I don't live. Right? Now, the second one, the second most important quote for me is this, the next one. Your vision of where you want to be or who you want, sorry, your vision of where or who you want to be is the greatest asset you have. Right? So these two are my driving force. Okay. And I am still learning. I'm only halfway there, by the way. I'm only 50% of my way because I intend to live to 120 years old.
With the Kangen water.
So I've been encouraging my wife. I love my wife very much. In fact, I want to spend my eternity with her. But my hope is that she can last the next 62 years with me because she's 2 years younger than me. So Cora, please look after your health and come and walk this journey with me. Yeah. So with that, yes, yeah, another question.
Sam, yes. Here, I want to convey my feelings.
Sure, please.
In India, there is a god by the name of Shiva. Did you heard him?
Yes, I heard of Shiva, but not familiar.
But did you heard the Shiva name? Lord Shiva?
Yes, yes. Lord Shiva.
And Lord Shiva and his wife is Parvati.
Okay.
For our team, Sam and Cora like Shiva and Parvati.
Oh.
Because of you both only, we are growing. Without you people, we cannot. And you both are our godfathers. So we just we want to walk in your steps only.
Thank you. But but really, honestly speaking, I'm very humbled by your by what you've said. But really, I have not done much for you guys. All I did was to introduce Kangen to you guys, and after that, you took it upon yourself to develop your team, and I want to acknowledge you for that. So everybody's own achievement is out of their own effort. Okay.
Yes.
From Samsia, especially Prakash Shastri, learned so much. How to live, how to behave with the team. I learned so many things from you. Whenever you come to Hyderabad, I used to spend some time. At early stage, I didn't understand actually what you are, how you are telling these things. I was misunderstand. Later on, when team is growing, I start realizing actually how Samsia is showing his wonderful what we can say blessings to our team, the Hyderabad team. And you used to come regularly, you used to conduct demos, you used to conduct EKWs without expecting anything from us. You have given so much knowledge. For that knowledge only today we are now what we have. And
thank you.
Our target is to achieve 6A2-8, not 6A2-6. We three brothers, we want to achieve 6A2-8. At the same time, our target is that from our team, at least we must make 100 6A2-3.
Wow. Awesome.
So for that all, we need Samsia and Corasia's blessings so that we must fulfill that.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much, Prakash. Thank you for having me again. I think we have Praveen. We want to say something. Praveen, did you put up your hand?
Yeah, I think Sam, before handing over to the rest of the participants, because many of them must be planning to share their views and give the feedback, because you have honored us with your time actually. So thank you very much. And before I just want to sum up from few points from your session. You have actually proven yourself before all of us that a person who was an introvert, a person who was shy, a person who was fearing public speaking and rather hating public speaking, and who had ego and who had negative thinking, all these, see, one should have the courage to come out openly and tell that these are all my negative traits actually. And in spite of all of them, through personality development courses and through books, through training sessions, you have changed yourself, and you have changed.
Yes.
You have changed at every level of your life, and you have proved that there is no age limit where a person can change himself. At the age of
Yes.
40, at the age of even 60, now you are ready to change yourself. That is the most inspiring thing what I could take away from your session today, Sam, actually.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
The heritage what you have to your family, your forefathers and your father. In fact, as you said, you don't need any kind of this kind of business, but you have that passion to do on your own, prove yourself to the world and leave a legacy behind you. Yes, Sam has done something, has achieved something. So that passion has brought you to this stage, and it has made people like us, Shastri brothers, have come out of the intentions behind Sam actually. So we are all very fortunate to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Moreover, the secret of success you have added, Sam, that we have to really remember always, that adding value to your customer.
Yes.
So as far as Enagic is concerned, so what we have learned is really, we have been doing it, still we will improve it. We have to add value to each and every participants, each and every teammates of our Enagic, so that the business will flourish like anything actually.
Yes.
Isn't it? And
Yes. True.
and you told that when you started Kenyan Enagic, you are drinking, you are sleeping, you are eating, you are dreaming, you are living in Kenyan. So only a person can reach to the heights only when he adopts this kind of attitude and vision with Kenyan. Otherwise, it's not possible. So you have, in fact, without telling, you have told everything behind your success, Sam. Right? And you said that I think 5,000 missions a month. You said you have that was your dream. I hope you have already achieved it with your such a big team.
And ఆయన ఏజ్ లో స్టార్ట్ చేశారు
10 years back.
అంటే ఏజ్ ఎంత అయింది?
What was your age? Was 50 years when you started Enagic, isn't it, Sam?
I was 51 then. I was
Yeah.
51 years old when I started Kenyan.
That's really great. That's very inspiring for all of us, Sam.
So in the sense, when you started in the age of 51 years, you got this big success. If anybody starts at 20s, 30s, 40s or 50s, he can also definitely, when Adarsha Nemantaru,
Ideal.
when they will take you couple to Ideal, they also can change their lifestyle.
I want to say this, right? Many of us, right? We have this limitation of our belief.
Yes.
So that's why the quote I shared, your vision of who you want to be or what you want to have is the greatest asset that anyone can have. It's the vision that you have of who you want to be or where you want to be. It's the greatest asset that you have. That is the most important asset to me. Not my house, not whatever money that I have. That is not as important as the vision that you want to be. That is the biggest asset that anyone can have.
So one more important point what you have told is we should never get afraid of making mistakes, because mistakes only will make our life and get to us to the success rank, isn't it, Sam? That's fantastic, really.
Most definitely. And when I urge you guys, I urge everybody to watch the movie called what do you call again? I shared that.
The last word.
The last word. The last
word.
Yep. Watch the movie. It is a comedy, and towards the end, what I shared just now on the screen was taken from that movie. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sam and Cora, and you have also shared a wonderful thing that wife and husband, wife should cooperate, husband and husband should cooperate. Wife, a couple, when they make this business as a family business, the success cannot be stoppable actually. So thank you very much for sharing also, Cora. Thank you very much. And now, with your permission, we will permit a few of our participants to give their feedback.
And
Okay.
Actually, Sam, when in the year of 2015 September, when you came to India, Hyderabad, that night when I came to you to receive airport, when I saw you, and I was a little bit feared. I called so many people, but they will come or not, I don't know. But
Okay.
grace of God, yes, people came and they listened your demo, and through EKW they got awareness of Enagic, and it is slowly grown by God's grace. No, my that day I was single. Now my team volume became nearly 8,000. That is
Fantastic. Awesome. Awesome.
reason is Samsia. That's it. Without Samsia, there is no Shastri brothers. You
No,
are
it is because the Shastri brothers as well.
No, really, for all three of us, you are the role model, Sam Sia. Honestly,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
to be
Yeah.
frank, Enagic is given gift from Samsia and Kora to our people. This
Thank
is
you. Okay, I will not dispute with you on that. I accept that compliment.
yeah, thank you, Sam. So we will request others to share. Please give
Yeah.
some more time, Sam.
Okay.
Mr. Praveen, please.
Yeah, Samsia sir, Salamat Patang. Sir,
Okay, selamat petang.
yeah, I want
Yes,
to
selamat
know.
petang.
I want to know the first time when you bought the Enagic machine. Is it the same machine what you are even using now?
Okay, the first machine we bought was a SD501. We had it until last 1 or 2 years where actually we have two machines. Okay, in my first month I bought the SD501. I think in the second month we bought the Super 501. So we have two machines, SD and Super 501. Then that was 9 years ago in 2011. 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, we replaced our SD501 with the K8 machine, and we still have our Super machine. So right now we are using the we are using the K8 and the Super 501.
Okay, so that really gives us a confidence that you were using the machine since almost all from 9 years, more than 9 years.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Terima kasih. Sama-sama.
Yes, Satish Kumar.
Hi, Sam and Cora.
Hi, Satish or Rama?
Satish.
Satish, okay.
Yeah.
Satish.
Since this lockdown, I've joined recently and started doing this.
You should be.
And first time I've done my demo yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. And like all these lockdown period, we have Sastry Brothers conducted almost more than 50 sessions.
Wow.
I've been
Okay.
watching all of them. And for the first time, I find this not like a professional session, but like parents keeping hand on their shoulder and guiding their children, like how you have to be in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like that, so I just wanted to share my feelings.
Thank you.
I feel like my parents are like same age like you people, so I thought, yeah, I wanted to share that. And I've
Thank you so
watching
much.
like I've noted down each and everything, like Sam, what you have said.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Always remember to give value to your customers.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. HK Dora.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. This was a wonderful message today we have got from you, sir. Always we were seeing only your top part of your this one life, but today we could able to see what was
Dora.
Yes, sir.
Don't hide behind the screen. Show your face.
Yes, sir. Please unmute me, sir. Host, sir.
You are unmuted actually. Once again, I'm doing that.
No, he's unmuted.
You are
the only thing is
yes.
Okay, Dora. Now we can see you. Now we know that there's a person behind the screen.
Yes, sir.
Everybody
Okay,
can switch on their video, please.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Shyam sir and Kaura madam.
Hi, Dora.
And I met both of you in Hyderabad when you came for EKW meeting 2 years back. And I had the fortune of interacting with you, and I have taken a lot of photographs also with you that day. But I was not knowing that you are the person with a high rank. I was sitting beside you in the front row, and you are also, after your talk, you were coming and sitting beside me. I was thinking some foreigner is coming and giving lecture like that. I was thinking, because I was introducing that day only. But today, after listening to your lectures and your Facebook meetings and so many other things, today I understand how important and how nice it was your journey from the beginning, and being a very shy and limited person to a very open and global leader nowadays. So we are all proud of, and we are so much motivated by your humility and knowledge, sir.
Thank you.
You and madam. And just by seeing you, we are getting motivated nowadays. Just your photograph is enough for us to motivate ourselves. And your true story before Enagic has really got a lot of effect today, because we are always seeing your top positions only, and we were thinking that you must be from a business background and some other things, and directly you flew into the business. But today I understand that you also started like us, and you also got seated by some other direct marketing companies and many other things, and slowly you got it and that is a really very solid and strong message we got, sir. We are very, very indebted for that, and we are grateful to both you and madam for a wonderful message, and we are so much blessed to be a part of your team in India, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dora. Thank you.
Yes, if anybody else, they can speak out.
Sam, not only just today, the participants who have attended, I'm sure this video of your session today, yours and Kaura madam session, is going to help inspire many more people in coming days.
More than 50,000.
I think definitely this video is going to inspire thousands of people now, Sam. Thank you very much for your time, valuable time. So I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, one Arjun wants to share. Arjun.
Hello. Hi.
Yes, Arjun, please.
Good afternoon, sir. Sam, sir. This is Arjun from Visakhapatnam. Actually, I meted last February in 4th anniversary.
Right.
Yeah, sir. Little problem. In English, I cannot speak properly. Please understand.
No problem. Okay, Arjun. Okay, I can see you now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When I first time, sir, నేను తెలుగులో చెప్పేస్తాను. సార్ ఏంటంటే సార్ని నేను ఫస్ట్ వచ్చేటప్పుడు 6A అనేది చాలా పెద్ద ర్యాంకు, దాన్ని సాధించాలి ఎలా అయినా అని చెప్పి ఒక దీంతో ఎలా అయినా సాధించాలి అనే కసితో ఉండేవాడిని. బట్ ఏదైతే నేను 4th యానివర్సరీకి వచ్చానో 4th యానివర్సరీలో నేను తెలుసుకునేది ఒకే ఒక విషయం సార్, 6A అనేది పెద్ద ర్యాంక్, బట్ 6A కన్నా చాలా పెద్ద ర్యాంక్స్ ఉన్నాయి. దానికి మనం ఒక్కలమే కాదు, చాలా మంది ఎంతో గొప్ప గొప్ప వాళ్ళు, ఎంతో పెద్ద పెద్ద వాళ్ళు ఇది చెయ్యాలి అని చెప్పి చేస్తున్న వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. డెఫినెట్ గా నేను సాధించగలనన్న గట్టి నమ్మకం మాత్రం నేను 4th యానివర్సరీకి అటెండ్ అయిన తర్వాత నాకు తెలిసింది సార్. చాలా అదృష్టం. నేను 4th యానివర్సరీకి జాయిన్ అయిన కొత్తలో నాకు 4th యానివర్సరీ అనేది రావడం, ఆ 4th యానివర్సరీకి నేను అటెండ్ అయిన తర్వాత నాకు ఆ 4th యానివర్సరీ సార్ని నేను మీట్ అయ్యి ఎస్పెషల్లీ పిక్ అడిగి తీసుకున్నాను. నిజంగా ఒక సెలబ్రిటీ అన్న ఫీల్ కానీ యాటిట్యూడ్ కానీ అసలు మా 6A దగ్గర నుంచి 6A2, 6A2-2 మీరు కానివ్వండి, రామశాస్త్రి గారు కానివ్వండి, చంద్రబోస్ గారు కానివ్వండి, శాంసూయ్ గారు కానివ్వండి, ఇంకా చాలా మందిని మీట్ అయ్యాను. అక్కడ నాకు ఎంత ఇది అనిపించింది అంటే, ఎంత ఎదిగినా ఒదిగి ఉండాలి అన్నది నేను మీ దగ్గర నుంచే నేర్చుకున్నాను సార్. మీ ఆ మీటింగ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత నాకు అర్థమైంది. సారీ సార్, ఇంట్లో ఉన్నాను అందువల్ల.
No problem. Sam, what he's trying to tell is, earlier, before coming to attending that 4th anniversary session, he was thinking that achieving 6th rank itself is very big. But once he attended 4th anniversary and he has seen you and he has taken a pic also, photo, selfie also with you, and he remembers that, and he has seen, after seeing you, he understood that there are much more bigger ranks which can be achieved. And with that rank also, you are so humble. So he was really shocked by seeing your simplicity, and he got inspired like anything. And that 4th anniversary event and meeting you and taking that selfie with you has changed his life. And he's appreciating his line of sponsors also. In spite of 6A and other ranks, they are also very humble with him and very soft spoken with him. So now he's very confident and has a vision to achieve much more ranks and Enagic. That's what he's trying to tell.
Awesome. Congratulations. So just have the faith, right? And don't be limited by your negative thinking. I mean, all of us have a bit of a negative thinking in our head. So meditate. put in the new good thoughts and get rid of all the weeds. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam, thank you, Sam.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's been my great privilege to be here, and I think I've never shared so much ever before. This is the session where I've shared so much.
Sam, let me share my feelings, Sam.
Okay.
You are a top ranker in the world in Enagic. Previously, my team people, including me, we used to see your rank, seeing your photograph, meeting you. Now we are experiencing full gentlemanness, how to change, right? It is example, us, like me, like so many people in our team people, to change, to transform, to get success. Only gentlemen only can become a good, successful person in Enagic. That is what your message, I understood. It is my takeaway point. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. So see you guys.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to us.
Valuable time, so much time you have spent. As you said, I think you have never shared so many things with anyone. So we are so fortunate to have all those things with you now. Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you, Shravan.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much.
Kora ma'am, Kora madam, thank you very much.
Sam, thank you very much.
Imanish is there.
He's Ram
Reddy. I'm here. I am here, sir. Ram Reddy. My name is Ram Reddy, sir.
Ram Reddy, you look familiar. Are you the one with a photograph where you had something on your face before?
No, sir.
Oh, okay. I mistook you for somebody else. Okay, anyway, great to see you here. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much.
Okay, then. Bye. Have a nice day, everybody.
Thank you, Kora.
Thank you, Kora, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
See you there. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, Shravan, we can close the session. Thank you, Sam.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.